Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA 14. In the last episode, we took on the Indiana Hoosiers in a Big Ten battle, which we started off fairly strong, but eventually we would fall 30-12. Today, we're taking on the Florida International Panthers on the road as we head down to Florida. Let's see how I just skipped over their schedule. They started off with a loss against Maryland, but then beat UCF and then an FCS team. So they are fairly similar to us overall, though they do have actually they're quite better than us. But it should be a more manageable game than the one we faced there in week 2 against Indiana. So now we'll get our initial look at this recruiting board, and I'll talk about our recruiting strategy a little bit. So as you see here at the top, Eric Smiley is the only quarterback we're pursuing, and we're currently in a battle with Illinois as we try to steal him out of his home state. I'll scout him there a little bit. We still don't have his throwing ratings, which is kind of worrisome, but we do need to bring in a quarterback. Luckily, we're not going to lose any. We'll still have 3 next year, but we do have 2 juniors right now, so we need just one quarterback to kind of give us some leverage and insurance to our quarterback. Then we have a fullback here, Jeff Harris. And Scott Dixon, probably the highest overall player on our board. He is a JUCO, but we need tight ends. That's probably our weakest position here on this team. So he would come in out of a JUCO and provide an instant impact for us. And then offensive line, we need 3 offensive linemen here in this offseason. And Sean Murphy is 69 overall, 3-star out of Minnesota. And we have quite a big lead there against Army and Nebraska. Thomas Jock. We are trailing Michigan State, but we want him bad, as after him and Murphy, the talent on our board falls off really, really bad. As you see, Bobby Douglas here now is 62 overall, and then Jared Williams, another option there at 60, who we're going to not really pursue at this point, just leave him there as a place filler, as we hope Jock kind of switches from Michigan State. Then defensive end, we do need to bring in 2 ends, and Jerry Jones, not the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, but the defensive end out of Elwood, Indiana, 5'11", 257, 3-star, and we have a pretty good lead over Temple and USF. So I think he'll find his way here to Marquette. Then Mike Johnson we look to bring in as well as our other D end we're pursuing, and we have a big lead for him as well, surprisingly. Then we need 1 linebacker, and we have a big lead here on 2-star JUCO Daniel Armstrong, as he's a 69 overall currently, and we still have 10% left to scout on him. And then we need to bring in a corner and a safety, but we really don't have any safeties of note, so we're going to try and bring in Ryan Jackson and Kenny Johnson, and one of those guys would move to safety, although we trailed Iowa for Jackson by 635 right now. And we definitely need a punter as well. So Eddie Stevens is the punter we're pursuing. As you've seen in the first 2 episodes, our field position has really, really bit us in the butt. So we're not going to overdo it here in recruiting, as there's just other fillers for now at the bottom. These are just our main guys that we're pursuing. We have about like 12 scholarships to 14 scholarships to work with or so, and we're just going to kind of stick to that and just try and address needs. As actually I do have some points left, and we're actually going to offer a couple scholarships. So we have a couple set to visit here. We're going to schedule a visit for Eric Smiley against Temple in the coming weeks. Same with Scott Dixon, and luckily we'll get that complimentary visit bonus there with Smiley. And then Armstrong we will schedule for Temple as well in week 5. And we are going to offer those players as well as this is our first scholarship offer here to Eric Smiley. So he's the first player we offer a scholarship to in this series. And now we'll do so with Scott Dixon, as those 2 are set to visit. We'll offer Sean Murphy as well. We have a big lead over Army there, so why not? And then Daniel Armstrong was the other one we scheduled. So we'll offer him as well for now, as that's going to do it for recruiting. And I do have some recruiting rules just to kind of increase the difficulty. So here in year 1 of this dynasty, we're only recruiting players from states that border us. So we're recruiting from Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Michigan, I believe. So that kind of restricts it for us and makes it a little more difficult as Illinois. Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana. So just a few states at our disposal here, and as we go along and find a little more success, I'll increase our ability in recruiting. Then I'll just showcase a couple players here, as we did in the last episode, to kind of get you guys more acclimated with this team. So we'll start off here at tight end. Grant Cooper was our leading pass catcher in the last game, and he has 9 catches for 92 yards here through 2 games. A sophomore, redshirt sophomore at 70 overall, and he's by far our best tight end on the team. Derek Morse there had a catch late, and then Malcolm Graham is someone I have high hopes for. 6'6", 248 receiving tight end, and he has very good physical traits. Now just kind of needs to round him out here as we go along. Darquez Goddard has been an active player for us up front with 2 sacks through the first 2 games. Darius Gresham. And Barry Barber has been very impactful. 4 tackles for loss and a couple sacks already. A true sophomore at 68 overall. Then Gavin Battaglia has 2 sacks as well, as he's shown a lot of pass rush promise at defensive tackle. A sophomore at 65 overall. There's the linebackers. These guys haven't been too impactful besides Travell Terry, who was 2 interceptions there in episode 1. Juice Campbell, Kenzie Durant. And then our safeties, D'Angelo Bush, 76 overall, and Tyler Black, a 66 overall. So that's just like a quick little gloss over the roster. I'll try to highlight players as we go along here. But for now, we're going to jump into this game against the Florida International Panthers. Now we're set to play some football. We're here in Miami, Florida at FIU Stadium, where the Panthers are 2-1 to open the season. Week 1 loss to Maryland, but rebounded with a nice win against UCF, and then a win this past week against an FCS team. So here we'll take the coin toss. We'll win with heads, and we're going to kick this week. Last week we elected to receive, and we did start with a scoring drive, but ultimately it did not work out for us in that game, as of course we fell to Indiana 30-12 despite a strong start. Now Matt Barnes here on the kickoff reaches about the 5 here for Willis Wright of the Panthers, and he gets some good blocking, and he'll take it upfield as Reese Waters is there for maybe a touchdown-saving tackle. There's Jake Medlock entering the game 2nd in the nation in passing yards. So Marquette's defense faces a tough task here today. And good field position here for the Panthers to start at their own 48. And Gore is stopped there in the backfield, Ja'Cory Gore. And that's Reese Waters, who made the stop there on special teams, senior linebacker, known more so for his pass coverage ability. So you never want to face a running back with the last name Gore. That's usually a good rule of thumb. So hopefully we can contain him here today in this one. Now 2nd and 14 here for FIU. Medlock drops back for his first pass of the game. He'll find Griner there at the sideline. And Griner picks up 5, bringing up a 3rd and 9 here. Another rain game for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for us. Medlock on a 3rd down pass here. Good coverage downfield, although it breaks down and Williams is up there in the seam. And Jarius Williams, 51-yard grab there as he's downed at the 1. It looked like there was good coverage, and then Williams just leaked away from everybody. And now FIU on the doorstep of a touchdown. And they'll run halfway up the field and hurry up. Medlock for another pass. He had his man there, but he likes to just throw it away. And you see his passing stats there. Just under 1,000 yards here. Now early on in his 4th game. Just 70 to eclipse 1,000 here on the season. 2nd and goal here from the 1 for FIU. And they'll pass. Medlock quick pass, and he'll get Griner. Yakeem Griner with the 1-yard touchdown reception. As the Panthers, not even a minute into this game, go up by a touchdown. And aside from that 50-yard pass, Marquette was pretty solid there to open the game. Now we just need to get some points and hopefully match FIU, as you see there Clemson just ekes out a win against a Jacoby Brissett-led NC State 24-21, and Sammy Watkins there, and Taj Boyd as well there for the Clemson Tigers. So that's something that we're going to really enjoy here, just seeing all these old names resurface. And Dickenzie Durant here fields it from the 1. He'll work upfield. Some decent blocks. He tries to work up the sideline, and he's closed out there at the 24-yard line. So Dylan Koufax trots out for Marquette under center as he'll start his 3rd game here of the season. He wasn't bad last week as he hits Collier there and dropped on the curl. Koufax wasn't bad last week, but 2 late turnovers kind of endured his demise as he was pulled for Jake Haywood, who we just wanted to get some reps in with. And depending how we fare here today, we might see more Jake Haywood. And the Koufax is sacked right there out of the gate on our 2nd play of the game, Paul Crawford. And that brings up a quick 3rd and 17 here as Koufax tried to roll out, and our left tackle just could not hold the block. That's Channing Gates there, our left tackle. And as I foreshadowed earlier when we looked at our recruits, offensive line is our main priority here. Now, a long 3rd and 17 here from Marquette as they face a 3 and out. He's being chased there. Tries to get it upfield and throws it right at a defender there. Luckily, no interception. You just got to hold on to that one. As already here, Koufax and the offensive line are being exploited. Matt Bars with a punt. Fielded at the 43. Chambers misses a tackle there. And FIU is going to take it into Marquette territory already at the 35. That's James Lewis here for FIU. So already huge struggles here, and we're not even 2 minutes into this game. I had some confidence after our start last week against Indiana, but since then it's been all downhill. We haven't been able to muster up any momentum. As Medlock here keeps it on the read option, and he's swarmed there by Tyler Black. Now 2nd and 7 as FIU stays in the hurry up, as they likely will this whole game. Medlock on a delay give to Gore. Good blocking downfield from the FIU receivers as Gore picks up 8. Now 1st and 10 from the 23. A pass off the fake there as James Lewis will take it in for 23 yards on the touchdown catch. Jake Medlock 4 for 5 for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns already in this game. Quick pass off the fake, and James Lewis had all space to work his way into the end zone as FIU is going to jump out 14-0 here very early. And the extra point makes it 14-0 as Marquette has a lot of work to do. I thought we were going to come in here and be competitive. I had a good feeling we had a good shot to win this game, but it's not looking good so far as Dickenzie Durant fields it. And he'll get some space outside and works it up to 33 for Marquette. Their best return so far on the season. Now Koufax back out there for Marquette as they look to at least get a 1st down here. Theo Briggs will take it. He runs into a lineman, and he'll pick up 2 up the middle. Now 2nd and 8 for the Golden Eagles. And they'll go with Javon Ashley as the lone back. A drop back for Koufax. He's going to go downfield for Shane Lytle, and it's picked off by Halley. Tried for the prayer downfield. Halley's going to break a tackle and be brought down there at the 35. And he just out-leveraged Shane Lytle there. Lytle not the tallest target there on a deep downfield heave. And the woes just continue here for Marquette. Now FIU takes over at the 35. Already up 14-0, only 3 minutes into this game. And Medlock will keep this one. He's hit hard there, met by Tyler Black. A good downhill thumper at safety. FIU gets lined up now off the hurry up. And they will give that one to Gore, who stumbles ahead for 5. Bringing up a 3rd and 3 now. And Marquette desperately needs a stop here. We'll try and bring some pressure on this one. And it proves to be a good call as Gore is swarmed. Ladarius Gresham with the final stop for a tackle for loss, forcing a Panthers punt. There we go. Say Panthers punt 5 times fast. Now just over 3 minutes here in this first quarter. FIU with the punt. They're going to be fielded here at the 26 by Juice Campbell. He's hit hard there. Not necessarily hit hard, but a good stick there by a FIU defender there. It's 5 plays for -5 yards now for Marquette. Just not getting any push in the trenches, and our offense is really struggling to get going. Another give for Theo Briggs. And he works ahead for 3. Now 2nd and 7 here for Marquette off a timeout. And Koufax will remain in the game for now. Let's look at the pass here. And he's sacked again. He had Galloway on the curl, but just couldn't get it off in time. And he was going for the pass there, and he's just wrapped up as a plethora here of Panthers defenders hit home. Take your pick on who you want to give the sack to. Now another 3rd and long here for Marquette, 3rd and 16 they face. Now hit 2 minutes in this first quarter, which has felt like an eternity. Another drop back here for Koufax. They still scramble to his left. And that one's going to be deflected away there by Jeremiah McKinnon. It looked like he had Ashley streaking up the sideline, but McKinnon was able to get there and close the play as Matt Barr's on for yet another punt here in this first quarter. Kickoff. Going to be fielded at the 39 there by Lewis already with a touchdown, and he's hit hard there. So I think we're going to have to throw Jake Haywood in here and see how he does. As FIU up 14 will take the field at about midfield. And the field position, as I've stressed the past couple weeks, is just going to be killer for us in all of these games. Medlock takes over. His quick pass there dropped by Griner. Now 2nd and 10 for FIU at midfield. Medlock drop back. Screen there to Gore. Gore with some space. He'll stiff arm Juice Campbell and pick up 3 yards. Bringing up a 3rd and 7 here for the Panthers. Medlock under center, ready for this 3rd down as he takes the snap. And he'll hit Gore there right over the middle. Travell Terry streaked away upfield. And that opened it up right there for Gore on the angle route. Now 119 here in this dragging first quarter. Griner there in motion. Medlock with it. He'll heave it deep. D'Angelo Bush with the interception. Medlock pressing his luck. And D'Angelo Bush, our senior safety. Dickenzie Durant was there as well. And what a catch there by D'Angelo Bush to get the foot in. So now Marquette takes over at their own 20 following that interception from D'Angelo Bush. Now with Jake Haywood in the game as Marquette goes empty here on this 1st down. Haywood drops back and he's sacked. Nothing developing downfield in the Florida International Panthers with a 2nd sack here from Greg Hickman. And Haywood quickly feeling the pain that Dylan Koufax has been experiencing here in this game. Now 2nd and 19 as Marquette goes empty again. We got a dump off here to Javon Ashley with some space. And he's only able to pick up a few after the catch. As it does go for 7, bringing up a 3rd and 12 here. Another 3rd and long for the Golden Eagles. Jake Haywood completes his first pass attempt of the game. Athleticism and arm accuracy, definitely weaknesses of Jake Haywood, but his arm strength is what keeps him around. As see there, his arm strength awful as he misses a wide open Lamont Collier, which would have went for a first down. And another punt here for Marquette. Might as well end the first quarter with a punt. And that one's going to get to the 41. James Lewis takes it to the 40, although it looks like a flag there on the return. A clipping call there on the Panthers. That's going to be on Xavier Hines, setting them back 15. So that's the end of the first quarter. Probably the worst quarter of football here so far in this series for Marquette. And we have a lot of work to do if we want to hang into this one against the Panthers. FIU will open the second quarter here at the 38 following that clipping penalty on their punt return. Griner in motion as Medlock takes the snap. Quick pass there to Lewis. And he picks up 9, working his way up the middle. His second catch, the first going for a touchdown. Now 2nd and 1. They're going to give it to Gore. Gore stiff arms Durant. Picks up 7. Medlock back to pass now. He finds Lewis on the out route, but it's dropped, bringing up a 2nd and 10 now. Now 2nd and 10, and Marquette desperate to get something going here. I mean, they had that interception on the last drive, but other than that, nothing really of substance for them in this game. As Glenn Coleman, a nice grab there, working against Dickenzie Durant at the sideline. And that moves him to Marquette's 31-yard line. Now 1st and 10 as Medlock drops back. Delay give there to Gord. A nice tackle there, one-on-one from Ahmad Plummer. Gord with 7 yards there. Nice stick from Ahmad Plummer, who we haven't heard much of so far. Now 2nd and 3 is Coleman now in the backfield for FIU. Griner in motion. And they will give to Coleman, who's stopped there in the hole by D'Angelo Bush. Good play by the senior. His 5th tackle of the game along with that interception. So D'Angelo Bush coming on strong here in this first half. Now 3rd and 2 here for the Panthers. And Medlock's going to have to throw that one away, bringing up a field goal attempt. It's going to be a 40-yard field goal attempt here for the Panthers, as Gore suffers a strained pectoral, but he will return soon. Field goal up for FIU, and it's going to be good. Just enough distance there as they take a 3-possession lead at now, up 17-0. Now the kickoff here, Durant will take it from the 2-yard line. Now let's get some good field possession here. Nice cut from Durant. He works it upfield. Another good return from Durant, working it up to the 46. And negative 13 yards here in this first half. 3 sacks, 1 interception. Not looking good for Marquette. That's just pitiful. At least we have good field position here. If we can cross midfield, that's a win. We go on audible to a run here. Give to Ashley. He works his way ahead for a couple yards. His first rush. Haven't gotten him involved yet. We've been trying to pass a little bit more, which I guess we shouldn't have. Last week I tried to rely on the running game a little bit more, and that didn't really work. So nothing really working at any level for this team so far. And that's okay. It's a process. These days make you appreciate the glory days later on down the road, as Haywood will get a pass attempt here on 2nd down. He's hit as he throws. And that's going to be incomplete, bringing up another 3rd down here for Marquette. 0 for 3 on 3rd down, looking to convert here and cross midfield. Drop back from Haywood. Pass there to Cooper, and he'll catch it. And that's a 16-yard grab there from Grant Cooper, who found some space. And that's our longest gain of the game so far, I believe. And now we're positive, folks. Now we're at 5 total yards here in this first half. 1st and 10 now from the 36 to draw to Ashley. And he's only going to be able to steer up the middle for a measly yard. Now 2nd and 9 here from FIU's 35. We're finally in opponent territory. We'll just dump that one off for Theo Briggs. And Briggs works his way ahead for 5, bringing up a 3rd and 3. These 3rd and manageables are a lot better than those 3rd and 18s, at least. Now another 3rd down here for Marquette as they go empty. Haywood. Jonathan Thomas over the middle for a 1st down and 5 yards. At least we're getting positive gains here. Small, but we'll take them. Another give there to Javon Ashley. He picks up a couple. I don't think he's getting any more than like 2 yards on these carries, but we'll try and feed him. We'll try and stick with the run. Somewhat, at least. Now 2nd and 8 with Storm Norwood in the backfield. And he'll get the give. Storm Norwood's with some explosion there. An 8-yard gain from the backup running back. Or from one of the backup running backs. We have about 3 sophomore running backs who we don't see too much of. That brings up a 3rd and inches here from Marquette, as they're now in the red zone. And they'll give to Ashley. Ashley works his way ahead, and he's been stuffed on those 3rd and shorts a bunch this year, but he'll pick up 4 there as he scurries around a bit and finds some space. Now at the 10 with Jake Haywood engineering this slowly but surely type drive here. 9 plays, 40 yards. I don't like this call. We're going to audible to a run. That's a give to Ashley. He's met at the point of attack and only picks up 1. 10 yards now and 5 rushes. Now a 2nd and 9 from the 9. And a touchdown would just be huge here for Marquette. Haywood with the drop back. Works right. He's going to find Shane Lytle, and it's just batted there by Terrence Taylor. Lytle had the toe tap in the back of the end zone, but Taylor disrupts it. And Marquette's going to have to try again here. Now 3rd and 9. You got to score here, essentially. There's Shane Lytle at the sideline. He spins for the touchdown. A little dump off there to Shane Lytle, who works his way into the end zone, and Marquette gets on the board. I did not think we were going to score at all in this game. And he loves to get that with less than 2 minutes here in the half. Nice spin move there from Shane Lytle. And I think that's his 2nd touchdown grab of the season. 12-play drive when we go 50 yards and get on the board, as Dylan Mackey knocks through the extra point. Now we'll get another studio update. Michigan State up 10-3 on Notre Dame. George Atkinson, the 3rd there for Notre Dame. Tony Lippett, wide receiver corner from Michigan State, for those who remember. Spent some time with the Dolphins. Notre Dame, each team 3-0. Notre Dame at number 5 in the nation right now. Now Matt Barnes will kick it off here with 1:58 in the 2nd quarter. And Willis Wright will field it, work his way upfield. Davin Rice was first on impact there, but he was taken down by, I believe, Derek Morris, our backup tight end there, working on special teams. So the running game not really getting it done here for FIU, but the passing game certainly has, as they're probably going to try and pass a bunch here and work their way down the field before half. Medlock back out there under center. with Gore to his right as Griner goes in motion. Medlock to pass. And he just gets that one off his back foot. And that's going to go for an incompletion, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Now directly under center for this one, Medlock is. And he drops back to pass. And he's sacked. Reese Waters. He's been active here in this first half. We haven't heard him at all in the first 2 games. And now 2 tackles for loss and a sack here. Nice spin move working against an FIU lineman. And certainly not known for his strength. I'm surprised he was able to hang there with the big lineman. And now that backs up Florida Atlantic as Marquette calls a timeout. So a 3rd and 19 here for Florida International. As Marquette looking to get the ball back and get some points before half. So they'll run it there with Gore. And Bush is there for a nice solo tackle as Marquette's forced to burn their last timeout of the half. And that's D'Angelo Bush's 6th sack here in this first half. Now the punt off for Florida International to Marquette's 43. And it looks like we're going to get a flag here. I think we're going to get clipping. And clipping is the call. So clipping call from Marcus Dixon takes us from midfield to the 35, and that kind of hurts. Instead of needing maybe 25 yards for field goal range, now we need about 40 or so. Because maybe even more than that, because our kicker's range is kind of non-existent. As Jonathan Thomas up the seam, this hit there by Jake Haywood for 26 yards. And Marquette's going to have to go hurry up here. Jake Haywood, 6 for 9, 68 yards and a tutty off the bench. As Marquette now has some new life here towards the end of the second half. And there he's almost picked off. I think that was a defensive lineman who dropped back in coverage. Luckily there for Jake Haywood trying to hit his man there on a slant upfield. So now a 2nd and 10 as Marquette avoids adversity there. As they go with Clay there at fullback. And FIU brings pressure. Quick pass there for Jonathan Thomas, who hangs on through contact. Nice 7-yard pickup there from Jonathan Thomas. Now 1 minute left here in this second quarter as Marquette faces a 3rd and 3. And they'll pass here. It's going to dump it off there for Javon Ashley. Ashley breaks the tackle. And he picks up 9 off that catch. Marquette stays in the hurry up here trying to add on and close this deficit. Now 46 seconds as Haywood lines up under center. He drops back yet again. And he's hit hard there and sacked. And it looks like he was hurt. That's Giovanni Francois with the sack for FIU, their highest overall player. And yeah, Koufax is back out there, so Jake Haywood got something going for us, and let's see if Koufax can keep it going as time is now ticking, and he'll just roll to his right and tries to dump it off there, and he's hit. Now 0 for 5 with a pick in this game, Dylan Koufax. Now a 3rd and 19, and we got to go at least 5 yards, I'd say, to be in field goal range. Now Jake Haywood back out there just missed one play. So Marquette goes empty with 5 receivers here on this one. And Haywood's going to lob it up for Desi Watkins, and he's intercepted there by Jean. And I don't mind that decision from Jake Haywood. You're not in field goal range. Try and make something happen. And Watkins, he's not in too much, and he just didn't really play that one too well. As now FIU off the pick with 11 seconds here. The give to Gore, who's met by Bush, who lays the wood. And FIU will take a timeout. Now Medlock under center with 8 seconds here. He drops back to pass. Screen there for Gore. Campbell didn't get there. Black's able to shove him out of bounds there. As FIU now just one more play here in this first half. Medlock now 9 for 15, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Now his last drop back of the half, he'll heave it up. And Tyler Black looked like he was going to locate the pick there, but he just bats it away as this first half ends 17-7 for FIU. Marquette came out super flat, but a nice drive there towards the end of the half by Jake Haywood has brought us back a little bit. Now Haywood will start the second half as Marquette looks to claw their way back in this one. So Marquette is going to receive here to start this second half as Durant's going to take it from about the 5-yard line. And he'll work his way up for a 23-yard return. Marquette taking over at their own 28. And Jake Haywood has kind of brought this team back a little bit. Let's see if we can claw our way back a little bit more. Quick give there to Jordan Pinson. Stiff arm works up a little bit. 8-yard gain for number 9. Our talented freshman receiver who figures to be one of the best players on this team. Maybe not yet, but down the road, to give him another year or two, he's going to be close to an 80 overall, which at this point would be the highest overall on our team as Javon Ashley works ahead for 7 yards, scrapping his way through tackles. Marquette now to the 44-yard line. And Tyson Bolt in there in the backfield. He's good for a couple carries each game as he gets the give and works his way forward for 3 yards. Now 2nd and 7 here as Marquette looks to cross midfield. Quick pass there to Shane Lytle, and that's going to be a first down and 12 yards. 12-yard gain for number 12 there, Shane Lytle. His second grab of the game after that touchdown towards the end of the second quarter. Now Jake Haywood with over 100 yards in relief. There's the big Theo Briggs, and he'll get the give. And a good straight line running there from Briggs, as that's usually what you're going to expect from him as he picks up 6. Now a 2nd and 4, smack dab at the 35 of FIU. Haywood drops back. Shane Lytle gets another catch. And Lytle scraps ahead for 14. Marquette driving down the field here to open this second half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 21. A give for Javon Ashley. He has some space forward, and he gets 4 yards. Sad how excited we get here over just a few measly yards, but we'll take everything we can get here in year 1. Now a 2nd and 6 at FIU's 16-yard line. Haywood drops back. He hits an open man there. It's Lamont Collier, and he works his way inside the 10 for 8 yards. Collier's first catch of the game, and he hasn't had many targets here to open this season. Now a 1st and goal at the 9 for FIU, or the 9 of FIU for Marquette. Handoff to Javon Ashley. He works his way ahead for a 6-yard gain. Marquette knocking on the door now, trying to get another touchdown here. Another 9-yard drive here, this time for 64, as this will be the 10th play of the drive. 2nd and goal here. They give to Colton Clay, the fullback, and he picks up a yard, getting a little bit closer here for the Golden Eagles. Now at the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2. Tough call here. What are you going to do? And now Bolt and Clay in the backfield for Marquette. And Bolt, not someone you expect here in this goal line situation, as they are going to pass. And nothing open for Haywood. He has to take the sack. Probably a bad decision there to pass as Francois picks up his 2nd sack of the game. Montez Chamberlain can't contain him at all. And he's buried there, Jake Haywood. Engineered a great drive there, but unfortunately, it's going to end in a field goal attempt as Dylan Mackey on for the 26-yard attempt. And he puts that one through, so down 17-0. Marquette now scores 10 unanswered as they have a nice drive there, which chips off half of the 3rd quarter. Now Matt Barr's on the kick. That's going to reach FIU, or FIU's 5, fielded there by Willis Wright. He has a seam, redirects, and he's taken down there by the 36. Kickoff coverage has not been a strength, nor has our kicking. Now, Medlock on for the first time here in this second half, as he looks to extend FIU's lead. I formation to give there to Gore. Gore works ahead for 3. Now 2nd and 7 for FIU. Another give to Gore as he's hit there at the edge. Davin Rice, our outside linebacker. Actually, he's a middle linebacker, but we kind of move him around. Good play there from Rice on the run stop. Now a 3rd and 8 here for FIU. He's going to go towards the sideline for Willis Wright. And Willis Wright just picks up the first down. He just got it there at the sideline. A fresh set of downs here for the Panthers. That's a tough break for the Golden Eagles. Now 1st and 10 at the 46. Griner goes in motion. Medlock drops back to pass. Pass there for Griner, right in front for 4 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 6 now. And you see there at the bottom, North Texas leading number 9 Georgia 14-7 in the second quarter. As a play action there to Gore, and a big hit there from Travell Terry on Jack Chabot. 3rd and 4 now for the Panthers. Let's get a stop, Marquette. We need a stop. Play action. And Willis Wright's hit hard there by Travell Terry, and he's going to drop that one, bringing up a 4th down. Great hit there from the senior linebacker to jar the ball loose. And FIU is going to have to punt here. So Marquette will get the ball back with a chance to tie. Punt is off. That's going to hit the 4 and bounce in for a touchback. Jake Haywood has dealt with pressure just as Dylan Koufax has, but Haywood able to deal with it a little bit better. Koufax adds some ability to run with his legs, which Haywood doesn't, but so far I'm kind of preferring this pocket passer style from Jake Haywood. As 10 hurries on the game, 2 knockdowns and 5 sacks for FIU. Just tenacious defense from the Panthers in this game. As Haywood takes back over here for Marquette as they come out in the I formation. Give to Ashley, he'll bounce it outside. And he can't muster up anything. Good edge play there from Justin Holly, who has the interception as well. Showing a great motor there. Very good game there from the FIU safety. Now a 2nd and 10 after nothing on that 1st down carry from Ashley. Haywood drops back to pass. There for Theo Briggs, and Briggs isn't going to come down with that one most times. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 10 here for Marquette. I did not mean to go in the hurry up, but we're just going to roll with it. Can't be wasting timeouts here. 3rd and 10 here for Marquette as Haywood will drop back, roll to his right. He's going to pass it downfield for Lamont Collier. And that's a huge pickup here for Marquette. Maybe our biggest passing play of the season so far is Lamont Collier has been bottled up. And finally, he's unleashed a little bit as Marquette works it into FIU territory, looking to tie this game. Now from the 38-yard line. Marquette goes back in the I formation. Less than a minute now left in this 3rd quarter. Another give there to Javon Ashley. And that's snuffed out. A tackle for loss there from Patrick Jean. 2nd and 11 here for Marquette. Less than a half minute of play in this 3rd quarter left as Haywood again drops back and scrambles to his right. Nothing. And he's going to have to throw this one away. And he's pushed out there late too. Now a 3rd and 11 here for the Golden Eagles. Crucial play here for Marquette. 3rd and 11. 21 seconds here in this third quarter. He's going to throw that one into coverage for Michael Galloway. And luckily that one's not intercepted. And a good play there from FIU. Good coverage. As they are telling us to go for it, but maybe I'll just try and draw them off sides here. 4th and 11. Marquette's going to run out and maybe get a playoff here. And we were just trying to draw FIU offside as one of our guys flinch and we get a false start. So we will punt. It's a shame that drive came to an end, but we will punt here and try to pin them back as our defense has been kind of holding up here after a pretty bad start. Let's see. Matt Barr's on the punt. And it's field there at like 15, but I think FIU another clip there. Not the best punt from Matt Barrs, but if he was able to kind of get it out of bounds there, it would have been a little bit better. Although the clipping penalty, another one from there from Xavier Hines, his second of the game, will put FIU back to their own 14. So now maybe time for at least one or two, maybe two more plays here for FIU to close this quarter. Medlock will drop back to pass. Quick pass there for Williams. And he'll pick up 6 as this third quarter will come to an end. So we started the second half off pretty well. At least we were able to get a field goal. And now we enter the fourth quarter trailing by only a touchdown after it looked very bad early on. Now 2nd and 4 here for FIU deep in their own territory. It's going to be a give to Gore. And he's met there in the hole by Travell Terry. Good tackle there from our middle linebacker. And we've been able to hold Gore in check, only 28 yards on 11 carries. Our running game, run defense playing really well here. And now we'll try and get a stop here on 3rd and 3. It's going to be a pass from Medlock. And he's going to have to throw this one away. And we'll force another punt here. Great defensive standing here from Marquette after we couldn't stop anything early on. And now another punt here for the Panthers. It'll be fielded by Juice Campbell at the 36. And he'll power his way ahead to about midfield. So Marquette certainly within striking distance to tie this one up. Jake Haywood's still out there, kind of asserting himself in this one, although he's been fairly cold here on the last few drives. And good timing there with Jonathan Thomas. He's shown very good chemistry with Jonathan Thomas here. And Thomas with his fourth grab, 50 yards now in the game. Every week so far, we've had a new receiver kind of emerge. Week 1, Shane Lytle. Last week was our tight end, Grant Cooper. And this week, the guy has been Jonathan Thomas. Now a give there to Javon Ashley. Keeps his balance somewhat, but then goes down after a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 here for Marquette. Now 6 minutes left in this game. Haywood drops back to pass. He'll hit Michael Galloway there for 15. Now Marquette just outside of the red zone as Galloway gets his first grab of the game. And Haywood almost at 200 yards quietly here. Tyson Bolt back out there in the backfield. He'll get the give. And he works his way ahead for 4 yards. His second carry of the game. And Marquette has now surpassed Florida International in yards. We were down by quite a bit there. Now 2nd and 6. And he'll Galloway over the middle. Galloway's second catch on the drive. As now Marquette within FIU's 10-yard line. 1st and goal here from the 9 as Haywood passes 200 yards with that last completion. He'll drop back to pass here. Quick slant there from Michael Galloway. He's stopped at the 1. Another catch there from Galloway. Haywood engineering this drive masterfully. And now 2nd and goal from the inch-yard line. The give to Bolt. And Bolt powers his way ahead. Not known for his power. But he's able to hold strong there as Marquette is about to tie this game up, pounding the extra point. Tyson Bolt's first career